Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to today's Power Boost. Today, we will be talking about this topic of doing charity with clarity. Um, Helping others is such a inherent nature for all of us, and we all want to perform some act of charity, whether the reason for bestowing or giving, helping someone maybe because of some specialities that we may have. We are passionate about some cause, or we feel that there is some sort of need where we feel sympathetic towards someone or some organization. We would like to help out in that aspect or area. And charity usually currently uh, is related to some deed that we do, some karma or donation that we make. It may be, giving money or maybe even food, sometimes your time or resources, skills. It could be just about anything that we are using to help out. And when we come to spiritual wisdom, we see that charity really is not just about the deed. Of course, deed or the action itself is a big part of helping out someone or doing the charity. But what is most important, and which is what we are calling as doing charity in clarity, is that we begin um, that awareness, begin with that awareness or with a thought of being full, being overflowing, being content, which is the reason of sharing our um, resources or time or whatever else with others. So it is not just the deed that matters, but also behind the deed, what is the awareness and the thought, which is of being a benefactor, that attitude that actually defines or lets us accumulate the best results from that charity for ourselves. Um, Also, the words that are spoken, it reflects this benevolent feeling that we hold in our awareness when we are in the right space, or when what we call the soul is in a conscious space, which is able to lift, truly lift, uplift the souls, other souls, with that one thought of benevolence and fullness. So when we talk about charity in a conscious manner, we are making sure that we are not reinforcing a beggar mindset even within the self. If we are, for example, sometimes we see people are doing charity for name and fame, for example, for the self, but also to see the other soul who we are trying to help as someone who has forgotten who he has, and not really seeing or reinforcing the beggar in other or in the self. That really helps in making that charitable act of the highest nature the most elevated charitable act. So how do we come into that consciousness or mindset is what we will practice in today's meditation. We'll try to see who is the one who's making this benevolent contribution, or doing the act of charity, and what his reality is. So let us come into um, this relaxed state of the body. And we make sure that as the breathing is normal, our attention is on that tiny point of light. The tiny point of light who's using this body, using the mind to create thoughts, using the hands to perform actions. It is this point of light that is using the mouth to speak. The world of this point of light is not limited to this body, hands, mouth, or even the mind. The truth of the point of light is way beyond the limitations of the physical world. So we travel to that non-physical dimension, the dimension which is the true world of this tiny point of light. In this world that is subtle and invisible, this tiny point feels very safe. He feels he has everything. That is his original experience of fullness. He knows his reality is that of being immortal. He's very much aware that this point of light, the true self, is separate from the physical reality. The physical body has an end, but this point of light is immortal. And the world beyond is completely safe, where he can't lose anything. He does not need anything because he's a conscient living being that is invisible, eternal. His treasures in this world are incognito. They are the treasures that are imperishable and most valuable. The treasure of peace, the treasure of love, the treasure of joy that comes from feeling safe. In the original experience, this point of light who feels so full that when he comes back into this experience of the physical body, he comes overflowing with that fullness. He feels abundant. And all he wants to do is to share what he has received, all of these incognito treasures. In his interactions with others. When he holds this awareness that he has everything, then even the words he speaks, the actions he does, his vision, all of them reflect this content state of being, a state where he's not taking anything from anyone, but truly, naturally just sharing. These incognito invisible treasures. That is true charity. Something that uplifts not just the physical circumstances, but the invisible being into his own truth. So, for the rest of the day, we will aim to be in this fullness. Just takes 1 second to shift the awareness from the physical to the non physical and to experience the world of fullness. Thank you. And have a very good day. Om Shanti.